Hey guys, Brent Porcio at TopVelocity.net. I get this question a lot. Can I enhance performance? Can I improve pitching velocity or position player velocity or pop times or bat velocity, bat speed? Yes, we have a lot of studies that show there's strong correlations to these improvements and these enhancements. But the problem is when guys come into our camps or into the Top Velocity programs that develop all this, they don't understand where they are. And then what they find is if they see someone having an easier road to success, they believe it's not working for them, and that's not true. That just means you're in a different position, at a different level, or you probably have a higher climb to get to the same result. So having a good perspective is really important, and that's why when guys come into our camps here, we first do an assessment, because that allows us to understand what kind of mountain are you here to overcome, what's your climb to your goals, and where are you on that. So there's really two key things here that you need to understand when you think of where you are and what's your climb to success as opposed to, say, your peers. So let's give you some examples. Here's 3 athletes, 1, 2, 3, and we gotta understand everyone's kind of got their own hill here, right? The hill or the mountain is gonna represent the climb to the goal. So let's say the first guy's got a small mountain. The second guy's got a medium mountain, and the third guy's got a pretty big mountain. And say this is all for pitch and velocity. Let's all say they're going to 95. This is their goals, right? Okay. Well, you know that the number 3 guy, he's got a harder climb, right? He's definitely got a harder climb than the one guy. The one guy's got a pretty easy climb, so this should be an easier road for them. He's probably the guy who comes to top V and gains 10 miles an hour in 2 weeks. It happens. And this guy takes him 2 years, okay? But on top of that too, that's not everything. It also depends where you are in that climb. Some guys could be, say if I'm the 3 guy and I got this huge climb, but I've been on this road for a long time and I've been studying all the top velocity methods for 3 years, I'm actually pretty far up. I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty advanced in the training. And over here for the 1 guy, he's just getting started. He's never heard of top velocity. He's just getting started, hasn't done much work. At the end of the day, they almost look like they could be the same climbs. Even though you're going, wow, one had way more genetic potential, and I got to 95 just as easy as him. Well, you've been working harder. So you got to understand, that's 2 important things. How big is my climb to my goal, and where am I in that process? And you got to understand, there's developmental stages we have to go through. I've talked about those in other videos. You need to understand those developmental stages. Don't be blind to that, because guys can't come in and don't understand how all this works in the training. They've never really learned it and think you're just going to jump in there and you're training to compete, and then and you're already in there and you can go at it like you're an expert. It just doesn't work that way. You have developmental stages to go through. So that's going to determine where you are, right? But like I said, you got to understand that when you're comparing yourself to your peer. Because if you're over here and you're the 3 guy and you got this long climb and you're just getting started, and then you got the 2 guy here and he's halfway up the road, he's farther ahead than you, you're going to see him get to his results faster than you. And you're going to have to accept that. You're going to have to watch this guy celebrate and experience what you want to experience before you, because he's got an easier climb than you and he's farther down that road. And that's critical, guys. I mean, we can add things to this like pitfalls. Pitfalls are a whole other level here. Well, let's go this way. Like, what is a pitfall? Well, what if I was this guy, the 3 guy, and I had this long climb to overcome and I'm just getting started, and then there's this, say, the 2 guy, and he's already halfway up, but he's got this huge pitfall here, meaning there's a big roadblock for him. What does the roadblock mean? The roadblock is the guy who thinks he's got it all figured out before he got to the top. And he knows if he just works on this, that's going to be the key. And he's wrong. Unfortunately, he's wrong. What he thinks is going to be the key is not going to be the key. So he's sitting in this little hole, in this rut he can't get out of, because he thinks this one thing is going to do it for him, and it's not. And that's the other aspect here that we haven't talked about, is the people that have poor information, poor understanding of what gets them to the top. So that adds a whole other variable, right? Not only is it the climb you have to overcome, which is based on your genetics, or the developmental level you're at, which is based on your experience, but it's your intelligence, your understanding of what it takes to stay on the path and actually achieve the goal. If you are uneducated or misinformed or over anxious and are going the wrong way, you're steering off the path, all that's going to affect you getting to the final result. That's why, guys, you need a place like TopVelocity, who's done this time and time again with thousands of different athletes, and you need to follow our formulas because we've done it over and over again, and we more than likely are making a better educated guess than you. We just need you to listen, learn where you are, learn the climb you're up against, stay on the path, don't fall into these misconceptions, and really trust and believe that you are going to reach the goal. And if that be 95 miles an hour, you know, a sub 2.0 pop time, 100 plus bat velocity. So I hope that helps. Hope that gives you a good perspective into what you're up against and what we do here at TopVelocity. If you have any questions on this, I love this conversation. It's an exciting topic of performance enhancement, but I truly believe that anyone has the potential to really far exceed what their body genetically is capable of, but you really have to come into a methodology that understands that and give you the best path. So thanks for following, and reach out if you have any questions.